I'm back, Managohaye. I'm back. Kupuskapinelo. Advocate Manigi Mnisi, the gold booty. He is finally done. Hooray! Finally! Oh my goodness, that was the longest cross-examination that we've ever had to experience, and I don't care who says what. I don't care who says what, that was too long. Advocate Mnisi has finalized his cross-examination today. He says that he still has 2 more points that he would like to revisit once the evidence has been supplied by Brigadier Guninda. But for now, he says, I will close and come back to visit the 2 issues. The 2 issues are the forms that Brigadier Guninda is supposed to bring for him, and then obviously Brigadier Guninda and Mnisi have this relationship. Bring them, actually leave them, and like letter, and like yeah, and like fuck. And so Mnisi wants the forms, and Brigadier Guninda will bring the forms, and they will go through the forms together. And then the other thing is the bomb, the big bomb that he's planting for accused 2, which is the FFC for Mjiako. And FFC is a Fidelity Fund certificate that he is now questioning that number that was provided by Magistrate Kronje. The court said, I don't want to get involved here. Guninda said, I'm also not getting involved here. So Baloyi is the one that is assisting Maniginigi with this evidence. Where is it going to lead? We don't know, but he says he will come back later. There isn't really much to say about Advocate Mnisi's cross-examination of this witness because, guys, it has been quite a wild ride. From the moment he started Alimona, he wanted statements that he already had, like, it has been tense to a point where Judge Rata had to now read some case law that tells the advocates how they need to uphold the decorum in court. It got a bit hectic, but I think after Judge Rata read that case law, I think it chilled a bit. But we were still hearing that the witness is lying. Brigadier, why are you lying? Yeah, Brigadier, look at my eyes. Ain't you? I'm my brother. Things that I want to highlight from Mr. Mnisi's cross-examination. Advocate Mnisi's cross-examination has promised us a few interesting witnesses, starting with Makhumalo. Now, we all know Makhumalo's history in this matter. Makhumalo has instructed a neighbor, Umapiri, to go clean the house once they had left for the hospital. Makhumalo also identified Mbata, a neighbor that was washing Senzo's car, as one of the intruders that came into the house, and obviously that was an incorrect identification because it was not Mbata. But I find that very interesting because Mnisi is now using that description of Makhumalo to say that is the correct description of the intruders that went into the house. Right, that's Makhumalo. And then we have Longwe. The fact that he has referred to these witnesses' statements, that means he has to call these witnesses. Otherwise, this evidence will be rendered as irrelevant evidence. So I really hope we get to hear from these witnesses. He has referred to Longwe's statement, and of course he tries to refer to certain paragraph. He doesn't read the whole statement, which is so sus for me. Why also fella statement? Anyway, so he refers to how Longwe identified Mbata as accused number 3, basically because he has dreadlocks and apparently they same height. I don't know what led Makhumalo Longwe to identify Mbata as accused number 3. But what's funny about Longwe, when he identifies Mbata from the identity parade, he identifies him by name. So he doesn't say number 11 or number 13, the one that's standing there. No, he says Mbata. But this guy is from the hood. Why would you think it was him? And if it was him, surely you would have seen him. And you wouldn't say an intruder came in, you were going to say Mbata came in. The way you have recognized him so quick there in the lineup. Weird. He's also referred to Longwe's description of the gun right? In my opinion, based on the evidence that's been led in court, there were 2 guns on that scene. Danzi said, I had a gun, I had a small gun, and accused number 3 had a gun, and obviously accused number 3 had a gun because the ballistic evidence speaks to a 9mm parabellum, right? And then people are also saying that they saw a revolver. People are not just saying they saw a revolver. Tumelo says that he saw a revolver, according to his statement. But when it comes to court, he says, I didn't say I saw a revolver. I said I saw a small gun with the wheel, and the person that was writing the statement for me decided to describe a small gun with the wheel as a revolver. I don't know guns, right? That's Tumelo. Longo describes the gun as a .38 special revolver, which for me blows my mind why anybody would be so specific to identify a certain gun. I've never heard anyone identifying a revolver as a .38 special. I've heard of a revolver, even though I don't know what it looked like. I've heard of a gun called a revolver, but I've never heard of a .38 special revolver. Even Kelu Kumalo also describes the gun as a .38. That's even more sus. Kelly, where do you know guns from? Zazela people. Like, where do these witnesses know guns from? And these 3 witnesses are also very interesting because they have underlying issues. The reason why they were not called, Brigadier Gininda says, I could not verify the statement Salongwe because it had too many inconsistencies. So obviously now you must call Longwe to come correct himself or get some consistency from him. I don't know if you're going to be able to do that. These people have already had issues. You have Longwe who says that when the intruders came in, he ran out and he runs to his car, and we can see his car starting, and we can see his car move at a speed of a snail. And it's not going anywhere. It's not going to a police station. It's not going to a hospital. It's not going anywhere. It actually and then it goes back to Kelly Kumalo's house. Why? Longotola also has the picture of money that is on accused number 3's downloads and on Kelly Kumalo's download. So that's a link between the 3. Already I'm like, I'm not going to really listen to anything that Longwe says because it's sus. Like, he could have been hiding something or trying to prevent something from happening. As Kelly Kumalo, she has been identified as the mastermind or trigger point, as Brigadier Gininda puts it. She has been identified as that person. So whatever information she was giving, she was trying to mislead the police. She was not going to be completely honest. She was obviously trying to get those people off the track of the people that she hired. Makumalo yana she mama. Makumalo must come answer because she's the one who's telling people to go clean the crime scene. Why are you telling people to clean the crime scene, Makums? No, come and answer. And Makumalo, they are saying when she came to consult with the NPA, Makumalo came lawyered up. Nasamale lawyer. Makumalo no yaka lawyer. Honosolo be a guy so lawyer. Makumalo must come and answer, guys. Enough. Manegini, call these people, please. Dr. Sibanda Kapayana Baloy, Abarfa, cross examination in which sang Alabonto cross examination is a bit wrong. It's in 20 no. Right, please, we beg. I'm very interested in hearing how the re-examination of Brigadier Gininda is going to go. Is Baloy also going to use these statements to put other things on the table? Because as I'm saying, is referring to one paragraph of a statement. And why would you prefer to 1 or 2 or 3 paragraphs of the statement? Why also to the whole thing? What are you trying to hide, sir? And then obviously today, the bomb of it all, Manigi now says to us, they received the Section 205s last year at the beginning of the trial. Remember, guys, we had this whole hoo-ha about Section 205s where people were saying they haven't received Section 205s, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And now they were like, no, we don't want Section 205s from the police. Section 205s are supposed to come from Vodacom. Then Baloy went and got the Section 205s from Vodacom. Then people asked for time off so they can go through the Section 205s from Vodacom. Now, today, it's Brigadier Gininda's evidence that the Section 205s of Mnisi, of the day of the incident, they did not have in their records. It only came when Mapinki's came for her testimony. That's when they saw the Section 205s of that day. That is Brigadier Kininda's evidence. Now Maniginigi says it cannot be because he saw those Section 205s when they did the disclosures of all the evidence in the case. So when at the inception of this trial, that's when he got those Section 205s. Brigadier Kininda, it cannot be. It cannot be. So now they had to adjourn and then come back. When they come back, Maniginigi promised to show us, this is when we received this one and this is when we received this one, and you can see there's no difference. That's what we were expecting to see, but obviously we didn't see that because Maniginigi could not find his papers. He forgot this there, he had this, that. Guys, I'm very, very worried about Maniginigi's memory. I'm concerned about his memory. He cannot remember the president. He cannot differentiate between justice of the peace, justice of... Yeah, he is just going through a lot. Ramsey's been working overtime there next to Mnisi. He is translating for Mnisi. He's telling him, konje yini ukushela ngesilungu, konje yini ukujwayela or papa or yini ngeSizulu. Ramsey is working overtime there next to Mnisi. Right? And it's, for me, I'm like really concerned because Maniginigi is also that one advocate that's going to tell you, I do not need to be reminded of anything because now I have a really good memory. I don't think so, sir. I don't think so. I think everybody remembers that the Section 205s had to be given to you guys again. And you guys had to be given more time to go through those Section 205s. And those Section 205s that you wanted, I remember Mshololo saying, we don't want the ones from the police. And we were like, no, but the ones from the police are the ones from Vodacom. No, we want the one from Vodacom straight. Why? Because cooking. Look, now who's getting fried. Look who's getting fried, Maniginigi. Maniginigi, are you done defending accused 3? Are you done casting doubt for accused number 3? Or is Numalo going to speak on your behalf? Because I heard that you were laying grounds for something big. Where's this something big? What's alang? I can show when I but Maniginigi is done. Numalo was supposed to start today. Numalo, can I please start tomorrow? What do you mean you want to start tomorrow, Nooms? Because guys, we are paying Nooms to start today. So when he says he's going to start tomorrow, we must pay him for whatever he was supposed to do today. Like this is make it make sense. Please prepare, man. Prepare. And we know a lot about accused number 4, and we want to hear more. We want to hear you defend accused number 4. Before we get to Mshololo. And then we must still go to Ngomezulu. Ngomezulu is still not in court, guys. He's still not there. I don't know if it's still flu or he's just waiting for Mshololo to finish or he's just waiting for the term to finish, but he's just not coming. He is not coming. Anyway, guys, Bashali, that is all I have for you today. I wanted something very short and sweet. Let's meet tomorrow. Tomorrow, you will not be seeing my face until next week, until Numalo is done. And I believe in Numalo. Numalo is on to speed, quick fast. But guys, they are closing when next week. The term, it's recess. Law imminent. Hey, hara mbas ya khwedi fela nje lona se le close the term. Yeah. Anyway, enjoy. Thank you very much, guys, for watching up until this point. Happen next time. Don't forget to share this video with everybody that you know, including that ex ya how you baby daddy how ke la bana dijo tsa Christmas le dintho tsa Christmas o share le ena a ka bona hore a buti we rekela bana dintho tsa Christmas, please. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.